Hi there, Facebook. Good afternoon from Century City in West Los Angeles. I think you know who I am. I'm Skip Bayless, undisputed, 9:30 to noon Eastern Time on Fox Sports 1. I'm watching a couple of games wind down here. It looks like Minnesota has survived at Washington, and now it looks like the Chargers just survived at Jacksonville. Jacksonville's a real deal, but the Chargers are a team I liked going into the year, and I think they just survived and sort of hung on in the AFC West. NFC, Saints just look like a rising force. Minnesota looks like a rising force. I like Case Keenum. He had two terrible throws late in the game that got Kirk Cousins and company back into the game. If you happen to hear the howling in the background, it's little Hazel, our Maltese. She wanted to come on Facebook Live with me, but I told her we just had a few minutes, and she's still going through her medical condition. She's got her giant cone around her head. Hazel, no. Okay, sorry. So, on to what we're about to see. Dallas at Atlanta. Subplot Jerry Jones versus Arthur Blank over the future of Roger Goodell. Blank trying to lead the committee to re-sign Goodell and give him whatever he wants. I don't know, there's a report this morning he wanted $50 million a year plus private jet for the rest of his life, insurance for his family, rest of his life. You know where I stand on that, but Jerry Jones anti, maybe according to reports, 17, 18 other owners anti. So the battle will rage, and that's the big subplot to today, which will have little to nothing to do with what's on the field. I still like Dallas to win this game. I don't love it. How can I love it? Do I think they're going to be as good without Ezekiel Elliott? No, I do not. I'd be a fool to say that. But I think you also know how much I love Dak Prescott, how much I've believed in him since the third preseason game, actually the second preseason game of a year ago, the one at the Coliseum against the Rams right here in Los Angeles. Even Eric Dickerson, who's on Undisputed with us, agreed with me. That was the coming out party where you just looked at the poise, the body language, the command, the accuracy, the 23-year-old at that point going on 33-year-old Dak Prescott, and you just said, that guy, he's got it. Diamond in the rough. Thank you, God. Fell out of heaven right into Jerry Jones' lap. Well, Shannon Sharp on Undisputed continues to say he's basically flashing the pan, aberration, one-hit wonder, a product of the offensive line, especially of Ezekiel Elliott last year. And I keep saying, look at the numbers. Listen to the coaching staff. My favorite stat is QBR. Its scale of 0 to 100 takes into everything. It takes into impact everything that a quarterback does. That's both throwing, running, crucial down and distance, making first downs, making key plays. You want to talk about a playmaker? Number 4 is the playmaker. I think in all of pro football, I'm the biggest Brady fan there is. But when it comes to crucial down and distance, got to make a play with your arm or your feet. So far, I haven't seen anything better than Dak Prescott. But obviously, I haven't seen him without Ezekiel Elliott. So here we go. Money's on the table, or in our case, Diet Mountain Dew. I think we've got 2 cases of the Breakfast of Champions on this game. Shannon Sharp, Hall of Famer, says Dak's basically a product of, and I say he made the product. I say he changed the culture of the Dallas Cowboys. So here we go. And I believe in Dak Prescott, but how tough is this? You take away Ezekiel Elliott, I'm pretty sure Ty Smith, the left tackle, is not going to play. And all he is all-pro, Pro Bowl, maybe the best in the game. And I don't know. I'm going to have to just wait to see it on the field to believe it. But I don't think if Dez plays, he's not going to be much. Didn't practice. Maybe he'll try. Maybe he'll be a shell of himself. I don't know. Half the time he's a shell of himself when I think he's quote-unquote healthy. Terrence Williams obviously hurt the same ankle that has plagued him all year. He practiced, but will he have quite the burst he had last week, which was his coming out party? I don't know. So Bryce Butler, come on down. Noah Brown, come on down. Man, I wish they had Rico Gathers. This is the most mysterious injury of the whole season to me. Training camp, head injury, Rico Gathers. He was going to become one of the biggest red zone threats in the league. to complement Jason Witten at tight end. I'm talking about the basketball player out of Baylor. They could sure use him today. So now it's sort of Dak or bust, and Dak's going to be up against it. I assume they'll put Chaz Green at left tackle, but I'm not even sure about that. And Matt Ryan and company have not been themselves all year. So all I know is that Atlanta over the last 5 games hasn't scored over 20 points except once against the Jets. They scored 25. Everything else has been a bunch of 17s. And all I know for sure is the Dallas defense came together against Kansas City. They grew up, they locked in, they locked down, they started to figure out the cohesion of the Rod Marinelli defense, which is more scheme than any single talent. I wish they'd added Revis. I wish they'd added Cromartie. I wish they'd added somebody I felt like I could trust, but they say the whole is greater than the sum, than any part. So I believe in this Cowboy defense. I think it found itself against Kansas City. Watch the end of the Jacksonville game here. And I believe in Dak. And I believe that if any team in football is prepared to go forward without the guy I consider the best running back in football, I think it's the Dallas Cowboys. I'll take Alfred Morris. We had Mike Shanahan on the show on Undisputed, 9:30 to noon Eastern Time on Fox Sports 1. Had him on Friday. He just raved about an Alfred Morris who in his 2 years under Mike Shanahan, rookie and second year, he went for well over 1,000 yards. It was 1,600 and 1,300. And I've always liked Alfred Morris. He's got a knack. He's got a nose. He's got heart. He's got guts. Is he Zeke? No. Is he pretty good? Yes. Did Darren McFadden have 2,000-yard season? Yes, he did. Was he the 4th overall pick out of Arkansas? Yes, he was. Does he have a burst to him, a long strider's burst, like a poor man's Eric Dickerson, if you will? Yeah, he does. And Rod Smith, the coaching staff, just raves about him. He's a load. He probably goes 240-ish out of the Ohio State where he backed up Zeke. Can they use him to pound away? I would think so. And then finally, you don't think Dak can run it a little bit, maybe a lot, 240 pounds? Is Dak not sweet with the read option? Very underrated. And listen, Alfred Morris and RG3, those first 2 years in Washington, they perfected the read option. Nobody was better. They were better than Tebow and McGahee were in that first year, that first run in Denver that Tebow had. So do you think we'll see more read option featuring a guy who can really run it at the mesh point and Alfred Morris? I think so. I like Dallas. I think more low scoring than other people think, just because I think Atlanta is still trying to find its way on offense and Dallas found its way on defense. I said 24-20 Dallas. I don't know what's going to happen with the legal system. I just know that Zeke's gone for 4 games. Now there's a report. I don't know whether to buy into it that he's going to take off and go to Europe or go out of the country. I don't know if it's Europe. Go out of the country for 4 weeks. Could be up to 6 weeks, depending on what the court rules on December 1st. I don't know. Does he need help? Does he need to get cleaned up? Does he have problems with alcohol or whatever else? Lots of speculation. I've heard a lot of stories. So is this the blessing in disguise where you go try to get yourself right, get yourself straight? I don't know. Maybe. I know a lot of people wanted this to happen when the season first started. But I'm still not convinced that Ezekiel Elliott was guilty of domestic violence, so I wanted him to fight for and potentially clear his good name. So God bless him. And here we go. This is it. This is the big test. Will Dak Prescott be revealed as a fraud, as Shannon Sharpe says? Will he be exposed as a product of, as Shannon Sharpe says, he's a Hall of Famer? Or will he be that guy that I say he is? Will he be the difference in today's game as limited as the offense is going to be? Maybe he won't get protected from his blind side by Chaz Green, if that's who it is for Ty Smith. Maybe he won't have enough receivers to throw to. They don't have to worry maybe today about Des Bryant. This is the ultimate test of Dak Prescott. And I believe in Dak Prescott. In Dak, I trust 24-20 Dallas. Here we go. I'll talk to you right after the game.